Hey guys, it's Ross on Space Coach. I thought we'd have a look at the inside of Valiant from August 1966, as we had a nice video on that. Now, it's quite delicate, so let's just see. We have Captain Hurricane, a thunderous explosion stopped the giant marine in his tracks. Here you see very standard types of stories. Hurricane was roused from his slumber by a barrel organ. So I'm guessing he's just he's some giant dude who's almost indestructible. There's just some more of this. As the little Batman eavesdropped on the enemy, a monkey grabbed him by the nose. An actual monkey as well, wearing a fez. And I'm not lying, you can see it there. What else do we have? The Nuts. Here, a crazy family going on their holiday. It will all be chaos, of course. Kelly's eye. Thanks to the eye of Zoltek, a hail of bullets just bounced off Tim Kelly. So here this is much more detailed type of drawing. This style is very similar to the old Modesty Blaze comics, which I think are still running, if you recall those, because I think they started about this time or slightly earlier. Operation Rescue, true thrilling tales of human endeavour. One stormy night in 1956, the British salvage tug Romania ran aground on a sandbank in the North Sea, and the skipper sent out an SOS call. Here it is, and it looks like they were rescued by helicopter. Then you have those guys, Legs 11, the Misfit soccer team. Bear in mind, this was just after the World Cup as well. Following their hair-raising exploits at the hands of rebels in Belgravia, Rockley Rangers, the amazing team of soccer misfits formed by Ted Legg, were back in England and looking forward to their first season in the second division. But things weren't working out quite as smoothly as they hoped, much to the dismay of their fans. I think this guy here thinks he's playing basketball. And a sporting roundabout a little bit here. And of course, I'll just bring that up. They have Jeff Hurst, who was a member of that World Cup winning squad. Here we have Roger Bannister, the first man to run a mile in under 4 minutes. And this gentleman is called Landy, John Landy from Australia. I'd forgotten about him. The only men in the world who had run a minute in under 4 miles. Ran a mile in under 4 minutes. And there's also, of course, Bobby Moore, who was the captain, I believe, of the World Cup winning squad. Yeah, in 1959, Jeff Hurst and Bobby Moore were teenage rivals for left half in West Ham's first team. Eventually, Bobby got the job. Undismayed, Jeff switched to inside left and soon joined Bobby in the Hammers League side. Since then, the former rivals have also become England teammates. Jeff Hurst has scored 97 League and Cup goals for West Ham in the past 4 years, 38 last season when he was top marksman in Division 1. Even today, that would be a very high score. The Last Boys in the World, some action, adventure, some tidal wave, they're looking for other people. What else we have? The Astounding Jason Hyde. I don't know if that is essentially another version of Jekyll and Hyde or not. Difficult to tell. Tatty Main, King of the Jungle. I'm not going to read this as I suspect it could end up being horribly racist without intentionally being so. So we'll pass over that. And the Steel Claw. Another one of the serials from that era. Great artwork. Then Jackaroo Joe. Let's reinforce some colonial stereotypes, shall we? Obviously, 50 years later, the world is very different. Mytek the Mighty. This was basically Godzilla on the ramp, not Godzilla, sorry, King Kong on the rampage. Just some more of that. Billy Bunter, I do remember this. The heavyweight chump of Greyfriars. He was always waiting on a huge postal order. The rich fat kid. What else we have? Danger Hunter. Simon Glory Boys and his assistant Chippy Carpenter. It's very Nancy Drew in the Hardy Boys, isn't it, that style? The Wild Wonders. School, another bunch of school kids. They look like posh school kids, to be honest, boarding school. So maybe they're like a male St. Trinians or something. Look at the Rolls Royce there. And this guy, don't trust someone with a moustache like that. Then Jack Justice, the fearless adventurer. Again, very 60s. And I think there's just one more page. Gabby McGlenn, his yarns aren't true. And then on the back, it's a dog's life. So you see them all here and said, oh, well, how does it go? Do you think that dogs are afraid of the dark? Mum does. She said so this morning. Darkness doesn't scare dogs. Turn off the light and we'll see. And there she is there, just about to serve dinner. There's a nice chicken there. So they turn the lights off and say, I've had enough of this. So that the dog has got the chicken dinner and it's gone. So he moved in the dark very, very fast. But dogs do that when there's a chicken dinner involved. So yes, that's just our first look at this Valiant issue. Does it say what issue it is? No, it doesn't. But it was 7 pennies. And it's all money, so it says D for denari. But yes, that was very interesting. Always good to stumble across these relics of the past. And with a cover like this, I was absolutely hooked. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment suggestion for a topic you'd like to see discussed. Or like the video.